Our first guest today goes by the name of Tribal, and he shot to fame through a popular singing competition. Now, he has since worked with big names in the music industry, such as Stu T, Dream Team, and Kyle Dage, just to name a few. Now, after years of battling with depression, Tribal is back on the scene with a new single called Going In. But first, let's have a look at his catchy hit single titled A Week Ago, made popular by him.
You're my everything I ever wanted, everything I ever wanted in a woman. Beautiful lips down to the hips, rain on a million. Kuna when I wait, increase your young, it's a yellow when I wait. Baby, send the circle line, is a color, kumpa, da da dum pa. I know we hooked up a week ago, girl, but your love all already. Chelo malume, let's get it, because I'm stupidly in love with you. I know we hooked up a week ago, girl, but your love all already. Chelo malume, let's get it, because I'm stupidly in love with you. Hey, my brothers think that I'm stupid, but I don't care, let's just do it.
Oh, what a track. It's just so catchy. Welcome, Tribal. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
We actually have a mutual friend who I'm absolutely obsessed with, Kyle Deutsch.
Oh, yeah.
What a great guy.
Great guy.
And I mean, you've worked with him a lot in the music industry, coming from Durban.
Yes.
And when you met him, I think he inspired a lot of work for you.
It's funny how we met. We met at Idols.
Yeah.
With Kyle. He was actually asking for advice. I gave him advice that propelled him to the next round, and I got cut off. But only to find out that we're from the same hood.
Yeah.
So we became like good friends after that.
Yeah.
It was like, I think the type of person that he is and the family that he comes from, they're just good people. I've met his father, his mother, they're the same.
Yeah,
they're just
amazing.
good people.
Yeah. So now let's discuss this track. So you brought it out in 2015.
Yes.
Huge hit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so catchy. I don't think there's anyone in the country who doesn't know all the words, because it's just one of those good old songs that you just want to sing along to.
Yeah.
And then what happened that you didn't release anything after it for a while?
This song, I wasn't even trying to become a musician when I did this song. I literally just did it for experience, just to say, I've recorded something.
Yeah.
And then it got leaked in a very not nice way, and it kind of crossed borders. It got playlisted in like 4 other countries outside South Africa, and propelled Tribal to, the kind of brand that or level that it took me at the time. And I wasn't ready for it.
Really?
Like, I was not trying to be in the industry, because I only got to learn at that time that this is like a very big business, It's not just performing on stage and having everybody throw their hands up in the air, but it's like a real business.
Yeah.
So I wasn't ready for that. I was still stuck in my fashion thing, And then now I had to face this. So that kind of hit me hard, and I had to learn along the way, because people were stealing from me at the time.
Yeah, because it was considering it was your first experience, catapulted you. It also turned out to be quite a lousy experience.
I lost on a lot of opportunities because of that. Because I didn't know what was going on and how to handle it. So a lot of things got stolen from me, and I had to.
So someone had actually stolen the song from you, so you weren't getting the royalties and the recognition from the track.
No, I was getting the royalties. They didn't steal. They stole the hype of the song, because with every hit, the hype. So with hits bank on the hype of the song.
Yeah.
So if the hype gets to a certain level, it gets you a couple of endorsement deals, gets you the kind of money, the gigs, because it's just that you actually live off the gigs that the hype give you,
Yeah.
So I was robbed from all of that. So that put me in depression, because I was trying to learn this business that I was new to, and I got thrown in at like a very deep end, rather than like I didn't have stages in the music industry.
Yeah.
So it was either that I learn or I just move away from it.
And obviously it did drop you quite a bit. Like you said, you fell into a depression. What was that time like? And how would you, if you had to paint a picture of what your experience of depression looked like, what would it be?
In a nutshell, I'd say it taught me the phrase, flow with the current. Because if you fight the current, you're just never going to win. So with me, it took a while to get it, but then I got it. That me fighting this whole thing, I came out as the bitter person, while the other guy came out shining. So I had to like learn how to flow with the current and actually make it work for me. Instead of stepping out completely from the music industry, I ended up collaborating with a couple of artists, and such as Casper. You know, I was part of building off the song Malume, which became very big. Dumi from The Volume, who now goes by Stogie T, I helped with writing, and a lot of other artists, you know. I got really exposed to behind the scenes, learning the business. That was me flowing with the current. So that's what I learned from this whole experience.
And it's good that you were able to kind of take a handle on it all, because I think if you look at a lot of men in the entertainment industry now, and a lot of men in South Africa, I think the statistic is around 450 men in South Africa are committing suicide every month. The statistics are alarming. And I mean, you were friends with Double HP, so you were directly affected by it.
Yes.
What is it, or what were the tools, I suppose, that helped you heal yourself in order to flow with the current?
So one of my mentors is Usizwe Dlomo,
Yeah.
you know. And Usizwe taught me that if you can't fix it, man, just look for other ways around it. You know, let's say if you've hit your car, you can't unhit your car. You know, just deal with how to go about the situation. So with depression, it's a lot of men don't want to cry because you appear weak.
Yeah.
You know, it's fine to cry, man.
And am I correct in saying, especially in the black community, it's really taboo? Like, depression's not really recognized.
It is. You're actually like seen as weak, or, you know, I don't want to say this word, but yeah, that other word. You know, a lot of things come with being depressed, and because I'd say in African culture, we don't have a word for it.
Yeah.
I think it's because we don't want to have a word for it, so we just put it as weakness. And not talking. Growing up, you're taught that a man doesn't cry and a man doesn't talk about his business. But it's not actually just exposing your business, it's actually, you know, asking for help. Because it's okay to ask for help. You know, speaking to Jabba, he'd always teach me to cry and to first find a real friend, because that's so hard to find.
Yeah.
After finding a real friend, just make sure that that friend can cry to you before you cry to them.
Exactly.
You know, and I thought I had that with him. And when he passed away, I felt like I kind of failed him, because we spoke about everything.
Yeah.
You know, we spoke about depression. And he told me that, yo, man, I've tried to commit suicide before, and, you know, this is what I got from it, and this is what I learned from it. And he actually just grew me in so many ways, you know. For him to pass away like that, I think he had felt back, because he'd always complain about having so many friends, but not so real friends. They're just friends because they want stuff from him.
The hangers
you know?
on.
They're not friends because they want to, you know, grow with him. And that's what the industry is as well. The music industry is so tricky that everybody's just trying to climb up using other people. But we'd achieve so much if we don't do that.
Yeah.
And people don't get that, you know.
But you are now using your music for good. Like, your latest track is kind of telling your story about depression. Was the aim to be able to help people, to give younger black men, I suppose, the platform to be able to say, oh, I've also got depression, and it's okay, I can cry?
So what I say, there's a little inscription at the end of my music video that says, only you can set you free. Yeah. The whole music video is about that. So from a person that I am, is like a hobo type looking, right? Because that's, whatever appears on the music video is actually the emotional or the spiritual side of me, which is like who I am at that time and who I want to be into who I could be. So when the two characters mesh up, they make up the great potential within me, that if I work on myself long enough and hard enough, I can be this great, you know? So with fusing that with depression, it's the space that you're at only you can set you free. All those, you know, I even said the last time, you know, the guys who screwed me over, God bless them, man.
Yeah.
But it
Good
takes
on
a
them.
lot.
Life will
you
give
know?
back to them.
Yeah, God bless them, you
Yeah.
know. And what they don't realize is a blessing can be dangerous, because if you bless someone who's on like an evil path, you're multiplying that. So if they're actually working on themselves to be better people, and I say God bless them, they're actually going to be better, you know.
Yeah.
Which
Well, let's
which
hope.
helps me and gives me good energy.
Yeah.
But that whole thing is about don't let the energies take you down.
Yeah.
Just work with the current for you to get up.
Yeah. What a beautiful outlook to have. And you know what? It's the only outlook you can have, because that's what's going to keep you happy and keep you moving forward in your life.
Exactly.
And I mean, not only are you a beautiful guy, you are also so stylish. We're still going to chat about your amazing fashion collection
All right, yeah.
in just a little while. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.